August 2025, Yinka and Sade were supposed to get married. Sade is a 28-year-old virgin who stays abroad. Sometime 2022, she met Yinka online. Obviously, it's LDR. I'm not going to tell you guys what country in the world she resides. They start talking. Sade discovers, oh, I like this guy. I'm beginning to feel something for him. Yinka is like, I'm gonna need you to come back to Nigeria. Sade tells her family, tells her friends, and she's like, okay, if I'm gonna come back, that means this is gonna be serious. He's like, yeah, like I want to wife you. That's it. Straight up. I want you to be my wife. January 2025, she was supposed to come to Nigeria, get to meet him for the first time, and see if truly there's something to take to the next level here. Fast forward to January 2025, Sade arrives last giddy. All giddied up, happy to meet her man for the first time. And according to her, it was love at first sight. Now, I want you guys to know that from the onset, Yinka had known that Sade was a virgin. And Sade had made it crystal clear that she wanted to wait until marriage. And he was like, girl, I respect you. So when she landed in Las Gidi, obviously she didn't want to stay with him. So she stayed at a family friend's place. She stayed for 2 weeks, and these 2 weeks, they were like this, doing everything together. Now, this is her first time meeting him, and it's the first time meeting her. She stayed all 2 weeks. It was fun. It was loving. She was sure, this is my husband. And he also was sure, this is my wife. 2 days to her departure, Uncle decides that he was going to pop the question. With the help of a friend, he goes ahead and plans this beautiful proposal for her. Gets down on one knee, pops the question. Of course, she says yes. Everyone is happy, celebration everywhere. Now she leaves Nigeria with the mind to come back in April for him to go and do the knocking on the door and possibly a traditional marriage. And then the white wedding was going to take place in August 2025. She gets on the plane, leaves Nigeria. Fast forward now to April. She comes back. They go to do the knocking on the door. They do traditional marriage. Everything. It's all like it's happening fast, but everything is making sense. 2 weeks after she leaves Nigeria, this is the second time she had come. They finished doing the traditional marriage and the knocking on the door. She's gone back now to where she's coming from. Her friend Jennifer, one fateful evening, ring, ring, ring. Babe, what's up? Are you in a place where you can talk freely? She's like, yeah, what's up? Jennifer is like, okay, I want to tell you something. And the reason why I want to see what I want to see is because I don't want you to be oblivious of this. And I don't want it to look like I saw this or I knew about this and I didn't say a word. Like I wouldn't forgive myself. And she's like, out with it. What is going on? Like, what's happening? And Jennifer is like, okay, so there are rumors that Yinka moves with some guys that, swing both ways. And she's like, what does that mean? She said, okay, hold on. There's some group of men that Yinka is always seen with, and it's likely that they are his friends. And this group of men are known to swing both ways. I just want to tell you that I have seen him myself with them at a place, although I didn't see anything compromising, but I just felt like, okay, you know what? I should tell you about this because I know you don't stay here and probably you don't know about this. So she was like, appreciate it. Thank you so much for looking out and, telling me about it. I'm going to take it up from here. I don't know. Okay, let's not talk about me. She tells Sade this. So Sade is like, obviously, a seed has been planted, okay? So Sade calls him up that day and Shade's like, babe, someone called and told me that you hang out with some men that people say they swing both ways. Like, what's up? I wanted to, bring this up to you and that these friends of yours do this. Yinka says, yeah, I know. They swing both ways, but I don't.
God have mercy upon us.
Shade's like, okay, that is very uncomfortable to hear. And I genuinely don't know how I feel about it. Like, you don't have anything to worry. Like, I've known these guys for ages. I mean, I respect them. They respect me. Everyone does their thing. And we all know our boundaries. She's like, okay. He's a grown man. And as far as she can tell, he hasn't given her any reason to doubt that he doesn't swing both ways. Now it's time to relocate to Nigeria to do the white wedding and, of course, live happily ever after. August comes around. She comes back. They do their white wedding. Everything is all, done. It was a glorious day, beautiful event. Like I said, Shade, virgin, who has kept her virginity and herself until marriage. The first night happened. Whatever happened, happened. They move on. 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks into the marriage, Uncle Yinka comes one night. He's high. Okay. They start to get down, starts to smooch and all of that. And he tells Shade to bend over. Shade's like, bend over? What do you mean? It's like, yeah, bend over because I want to in your ass.
God have mercy upon us.
I beg your finest pardon. It's like, yeah, don't you like it? She's like, wait, what? Like what? You literally disflowered me. What you mean like it? Like what exactly? It's like, okay, let's try it. And then you see if it's something you don't like. She's like, boy, ain't nobody putting anything in my ass. Girl, please, boy, be gone. You saying it alone, like, yo, sit down. What's going on here? Yeah, like I do both. What do you mean you do both? Yeah, I do both, but gender. Okay. Shadi's like, you cannot be serious. Like you're drunk, you're high, okay, this is not happening. Obviously, she dresses up, switch on the lights, try to set the room back to normal. And he's like, I just want to sleep. I don't want to talk about it today. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. I want to sleep. Shadi's like, you're not sleeping. You are not sleeping. What just happened now? So she goes on about it for a few minutes and realizes that, okay, you know what? He's not here. He's high and he's saying he wants to sleep. So whatever conversation happens tonight, he might deny it. So she lets it go. She doesn't sleep in the room, thinking about what just happened now. He wakes up the following morning. She goes inside the room and was like, bro, we need to talk. And he goes, yeah, we have to talk. She's like, okay, so you said last night that you do both man and woman. Did I hear that correctly? He's like, yeah. I thought you knew. Okay. She said, what do you mean I thought you knew? I categorically asked you and you said no. Your friends, however, do. You respect them, they respect you, and everyone knows their boundaries. You, on the other hand, you don't swing both ways. Because how on God's name will I know that you swing both ways and I will proceed to get married to you, knowing fully well that you got married to me as a virgin? Does that make any sense? It's like, yeah, but it's not that deep because even if he swings both ways, he wants to be with a woman. Now they start raising voice at each other, going back and forth. All of the emotions that you can imagine someone who has been betrayed can feel is what she's feeling at this point. They're exchanging words and it's like, you know what? This is not going anywhere. I'm just going to leave you and come back and we'll talk about this when you're a little bit more cool. She's like, you're not going anywhere. We're not talking about nothing. I am violated. You have destroyed me. There is nothing to come back and talk about. So eventually he leaves the house. She's calling her family, calling her friends, calling his family, calling everyone to tell them this, yo, your son is gay. After putting the call through to her family and her mom comes, she's like, I don't want to be in the same space as this man. I don't want to breathe the same air. So the mom says, understandably, she gets her things, a few of the things that she could gather. She gathers her things and they leave the house. After 2 days, she starts to feel a little bit funny. And the mom is like, hope you're not pregnant. The mom says that her heart drops. She's like, there's no way. God, I don't want to be pregnant. I hope I am not pregnant because I'm not going to keep the child. I'm not going to keep a child for a man who swings both ways. I am sorry, but I'm not going to do that. The mom is like, okay, fine. You need to check if you're pregnant or not. They go to get the kids to check. She takes the first test. It's positive. She takes the second one. It's positive. The mom is like, okay, let's just, cross all T's and dot all I's. Let's go to the hospital and get blood work done. They got to the hospital and lo and behold, she was actually pregnant. This is September now, 2025. She's officially pregnant. Yinka, on the other hand, is nowhere to be found. For the last 2 weeks, they've been looking for Yinka. No one seems to know where Yinka is. She goes to the hospital and says, yo, I want this thing out of my body ASAP. The father is like, it's not biblical. You're a married woman, Now it's a war because the father is like, no, you are not taking out the child without talking to the father of the child. And the mom is like, hello, it's her body and she can do whatever she wants to do. The man in question sleeps with man. The father calls Yinka's people and like, okay, my daughter is pregnant for Yinka. She wants to abort the pregnancy. They're like, okay, she cannot abort the child because Yinka doesn't have any child and is of age. And the mother is like, well, he should have thought about that. Hello? As at this point of sharing this with you guys, I cannot categorically say if she was able to take out the child or not. Like, it's okay if you want to swing both ways. It's actually very okay. It's your body, it's your life. You can do whatever you want with it. But can we normalize telling our partners that we swing both ways? Because Obukwa somebody else, like Obukwa Mwa, you're going to meet your maker earlier than expected. Oh my, good evening.